Hello, my crazy crafters. Welcome to Crafting Unedited. I'm Sierra, and today I am going to talk to you about something a little more serious, but not super serious. I just wanted to kind of talk to you guys about some mistakes that new crafters make. Being a new but not so new crafter, I'm always learning new things, and I want to share some of my experiences on how I failed in the past. Or not failed, I've learned lessons. I don't like to say the word failure because it sounds so negative. I've learned many lessons throughout the last 3 years of my crafting career, business, whatever you want to call it. I'm still a hobbyist in my opinion, even though I make some funds from it. Not enough to pay the bills just yet, but eventually that will be the case. So today I'm just going to cover the top 10 mistakes that new crafters make for you. We're going to start off with sticking to what you're good at. Early on in my crafting career, I decided that I was going to buy a Cricut. That one, the Cricut Explore Air 2, and start to make t-shirts because I had all these ideas of all these fun sayings that I wanted to put on t-shirts and how, I could probably make a couple bucks from it. So I started with that, and then I ventured into trying to get into paper crafts and making cards and stuff like that. Quickly learning that cards was not my thing. I tried very hard at them. They're very tedious and time consuming to me, and I just don't really enjoy them that much, so I went back to t-shirts. I'll still make some paper crafts. I made this giant flower yesterday to kind of venture out and see what I can do, but I'm good at shirts. I'm good at putting fun, quirky, sarcastic, vulgar things on t-shirts. I just come up with these ideas as to, what would look good on a shirt or what would grab somebody's attention. So I'm good at it, so I stuck to it. Then I ventured off into jewelry making. That has been an on and off thing. There are certain things that I am phenomenal at, like matching colors and creating really neat and intricate, unique designs for my customers. But as far as things like wire wrapping and making rings and stuff like that, I just don't have it. I'm great working with beads and stones and making necklaces and earrings and simple bracelets, but you go beyond that and you've lost me. I think that it's just because it's too much. It's too time consuming, and I'm the type of person that I like to just know what I want, make it happen, and move on. Alright, so sticking to what you're good at. It's not terrible to try new things. You never know. You might be good at something new. You might not. But you won't know until you try. Don't venture too far out though. It can be very time consuming. Alright? Next, this is probably the biggest mistake that I've seen a lot of other people make. Thankfully, I have a phenomenal husband who's great at budgeting and stuff like that. So we have not made that mistake. Anytime that we start something new or that we bring in income, we track it. Tracking and paying Uncle Sam, it should be big on your priority list for many reasons. It can catch up to you. It's just like filing your taxes. Every year you should put it on there, because if you don't, eventually it will catch up to you and you will be audited, and then that is a massive headache. You want nothing to do with it, trust me. Just pay Uncle Sam. He wants his money, you get your money. Nothing you can do about it. That's just the way that the government works these days. I'm not going to go too deep on that because I hate politics, and so I'm just going to say, pay Uncle Sam, get it over with, deal with it. Next, buying the wrong supplies. Oh, have I learned my lesson time and time again on this topic. So, when you go in to start buying your crafting supplies, know what you want purchase that stuff first, then go back and get what you liked or that you thought that you wanted. I have bought the wrong supplies. I can't tell you how many times. But good example is I had a large order for shirts, and it was 6 shirts, and 4 of them were supposed to be larges, right? I bought larges, but I didn't notice until a month later, after I had finally gotten, this was a very detailed project, after I'd finally gotten to applying the designs that I had created, I realized that I bought a youth large. These were for adults, so a youth large would not fit. When I went to try to exchange them, I made an even bigger mistake, because when I prep all of my shirts, I remove all of the sticky tags and I pre-press them, so that when I put the image on there, it's nice and flat and it just looks really nice. So the shirts had no tags and they had already been pressed. So I lost out on a good chunk of money because of my own fault. I can't be mad at the customer. I can't be mad at the store. I did it. It's my bad. I have to suck it up. So when you go in or when you go online to purchase something, double check, triple check your work. Make sure that what you have in your basket is what you need. Life happens, especially if you have kids. I have 2 little ones. I have a toddler who does this the entire trip. And then they do this, they bicker back and forth, and then they want to touch everything. So your mind can get very distracted. Take a list, follow that list, and double check. Make sure that what you have is what you need. That's the best thing that I can tell you. Double check with your customers too. Making sure that they want the same color that you have or that you're purchasing is a big deal too. That you don't want them to get their product and it be a totally different color than what they expected. That's not going to get you a return customer. All right, moving on. Not asking for help. Know when you've pushed too far. Read the instructions. I'm terrible at this, and that's why my flower looks a little wonky. Well, I was trying to read the instructions. There were none provided. Anyways, read the instructions, ask for help, know when to ask for help, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Not asking for help can really drive you into a deep, dark hole, and it can be very overwhelming, and you'll lose sight of what you're doing, and most people quit at that point when They have to ask for help, but they can't because their ego or their pride gets in the way. They think they can do it on their own. Let me tell you from personal experience, you can't do it on your own, especially if you're trying to build a business with this. If you're doing it just as a hobby, you might be able to just get away with it for fun, But if you're trying to build a business, you cannot do it on your own. It's just not going to work. You'll go nowhere. I am not disencouraging. I want to motivate and encourage my fellow crafters, but at the same time, just ask for help. Get it from your 9-year-old, your husband, your best friend. There's millions of us crazy crafting people out there. Hop online, go on Facebook, find a Cricut craft group or a crafting group in general or a crochet group or whatever your craft is. Find a group. Reach out to them, post a question like, hey, this flower came with the image, but no directions. Anyone know what I'm doing? Because I don't. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Period. Plain and simple. The next one, overspending. Oh boy. It is so easy to do. It is like the Target effect when I walk into like Michael's or AC Moore or previously Packetans. You want to buy it all. You want to do it all. You can't. You'll go broke. That goes back to have a list of what you need for your specific order. Physically go up to the register and buy that first, and then rewind and go back through the store again, and then get what you want, and all those things that you think that you'll do. Or if they have a great sale, again, buy what you need first. That way you can physically see how much you've already spent and then go back and get what's on sale if you have enough. If you do your budgeting right, you'll know exactly if you have enough or not. So, overspending equals less money into your business and marketing and all of that fun stuff. Don't overspend. It's fun in the process of doing it because you're like, oh, look at all these pretty beads and all this fun paper and blah, blah, blah. But then when you get home and you realize, one, you have nowhere to put it, and two, you've overspent and now you got to figure out what to do with it or how to make it up, it's more stress than you need. Next, terrible time management. Hi, I'm Sierra and I have terrible time management skills. I will get so consumed into a project that I forget that the rest of my household exists. It is not hard to do. It is very easy to do, especially when you are pushing through a passion. If you're creating a piece of jewelry for a customer who's going through something rough or has a sentimental piece to it that you just get, I personally just get so into it that I don't want to do anything else. But I have to. I do work a full-time job. I am a mom. I have 2 dogs. My kids do taekwondo, and I have a house to clean. It's prioritizing. So yes, you have this project for this customer, but at the same time, you do have a life. So you've got to find that balance in between. For me, my time is broken up in the mornings, and sometimes in the evenings I'll work on stuff as well. Most of my crafting is done in the mornings when it's quiet and there's no one else awake, like right now. Dead quiet. I can think better. I can knock it out a lot faster because I don't have any interruptions. And then social media will definitely time consume you. If you're making a business out of this, do your marketing later in the morning after you've worked on your project, or in the evening when there's a bit of downtime. Most people are online more in the evening anyways, so keep Facebook and Instagram and Twitter all for later. Work on your customers' products first. That's just how I do things. I get up, drink my pre-workout, I work on my projects, make videos, and then I go about do my workout, and then I go get ready for work. That's just kind of how my morning routine works, and it has worked out so far. Wouldn't change it for the world, but create a schedule, have great time management. Next, this is a big one, especially for me because I have a huge heart. I cannot say no. I hate saying no to my customers. I can tell my 4-year-old no and my 9-year-old no all the time, but that's different. I still have a hard time telling them no anyways. But saying no is not a bad thing. You know your limits. Don't push them. Or don't over push them. Overcommitting will, again, going back to not asking for help, you'll go down a hole and you'll be so far gone that you won't be able to come back up. If you overcommit, a couple of things that can happen. Your projects are too high and you're going to run out of time for each and every one of them. You're going to stress, which equals less sleep, which equals poor quality in your products. Going from personal experience here, I overcommit all the time. I have to reel myself back in, keep track of what I have going on at the moment, and tell my customer, you know what? Unfortunately, at this moment, I can't do that, but if, you give me a week, I'll do it for you then. Doesn't always work like that. Sometimes they want something customized, like a special tumbler or a custom t-shirt, and you just don't have the time to design it. It's just one of those things, and they need it that weekend. So tell them no and move on. They'll always come back, and I'm sure that they'll be understanding. Don't overcommit. Don't overstress yourself just because. You can't say no. Ineffective marketing. This one is a tough one because, social media is huge for marketing. It's free. Use it. YouTube is free. Use it. You don't have to put a ton of money into your marketing. Do you need to go create a billboard? No. You don't need a massive billboard. Create walking billboards. Make some shirts, some headbands, a bracelet, earrings, necklace. Make your stuff your billboard. People are going to wear it. Have them sport it. Tell them, hey, if you advertise this or if you market this for me, I'll give you a discount, or I'll give you $5 off, or I'll give you a free shirt. That type of stuff. They're more incentivized to give word of mouth than a billboard. Yeah, somebody's going to drive by and see it, but they're not going to remember it by the time they get home to do something about it. Create your walking billboards. Social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. I think that there's TikTok. I don't know. I haven't tried that one yet, but Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube are the biggest marketing tools you can use. They're free. They have guides. Oh, and Pinterest. Pinterest is huge too. You can market on there. All free. There's lots of tutorials out there for how to use them too. Even Facebook has like this step-by-step guide. Pinterest has the Pinterest school or marketing school. I don't remember what it's called. But there's something out there for every type of person to advertise on. And for free. Don't blow all your money on business cards and billboards and marketing campaigns, paper flyers. Well, it'll work. It'll be a waste of money. Just use the free tools that you have on hand and that you're on anyway. We're on Facebook all day long. Why not pop a, post up there? Hey guys, I created this new shirt. What do you think? How much would you charge? Would you wear it? That type of stuff. Simple, easy, effective. Next, pricing. The next two are my two biggest mistakes that new crafters make and the two biggest tips that I can give you. You have to find a sweet spot for your pricing. Do not overcharge a customer because you messed up on something, or do not put poor faith in your products. As in advertising it as better quality than it really is. I mean, if you're making a pair of earrings and you just bought the cheapest fish hook findings you could find out there and threw some beads on them, they are not worth $20. Period. And now if you took some stainless steel or sterling silver and you really worked that beading and you did something special to it, then maybe you could get $8 to $10 for a good pair of handmade earrings. Overpricing will hurt you in so many ways. Some people will pay it because it is handmade, but then when their ears start to hurt because there's nickel in the earring, or they break out in a rash because they're allergic to something, or, it falls apart because you didn't put in the work quality-wise, they're going to come back and say, hey, this broke, or hey, is this nickel free like you said, because I'm breaking out, I don't trust you anymore, and you lose a customer, and you potentially lose 10 other customers as well, because they're going to send that negative feedback to their friends, their family, and you just lose people that way, and it's really not worth it. If you went cheapo on making the earrings, go cheapo on making the price. Now, on the other side of that, if you create a t-shirt and there was a lot going into that design, my typical shirts I price at $20, and that's for the shirt with 2 colors on a simple image. Now, if we go to more than 2 colors, I charge $1 extra per color. If we go to more than one image, I charge $5 per sheet of vinyl used. So I price it based on what they want. If they want an image that I can't do with layering the vinyl, then, and it has to be printable HTV, then I charge $5 for that sheet of printable HTV. That crap's expensive. So you have to find the sweet spot on your pricing. Find what your customers are willing to pay, and then kind of meet them halfway with your labor, the time that you put into it, the supplies that you use. Rack all that up first, and then add in the value factor. So if there's extra stuff used, add that in after you've already added in your pricing and whatnot. Finding the sweet spot will earn you so much more income than overpay or overpricing your products. Always. They're there for the quality and the love that you put into your products, not just because it's something fun. Trust me. Next, the biggest thing, the biggest mistake that new crafters make. They don't believe in their own work. They second guess themselves. They doubt. They criticize themselves way too much. Your faith and your value in your business will drive others to have the same faith and the same value in your products. You are your own billboard for your products. Use it. Believe in yourself and you will go so far. I did this in the very beginning. I doubted so much, and I still kind of have doubts every now and then, but seeing a customer's face light up like, dude, you created this amazing thing, helps that. But having not an ego, having faith in what you do goes a very long way. If you believe you can do it, eventually you will reap the benefits. Simply stated. Believe in yourself. Period. That's all I got. That is my biggest mistake that new crafters make, in my opinion, is they don't believe in their work. They don't put their own work on themselves. Like, they make t-shirts, but they don't wear their own t-shirts. I'm a bad example right now because I got dressed in the dark, so I couldn't, whatever. Anyway, so, yeah. If you create shirts, wear your shirts. If you create earrings, wear them. Necklaces, wear it. If you crochet, use it. Crochet yourself some gloves, nice warm fuzzy gloves, and wear them in the winter, and constantly have them out in front of people, flashing, hey, look at my gloves, I made these. Put it out there. People will come. Don't lose your faith just because someone gives you a bad review or gives you a thumbs down on your video. It's gonna happen. People are mean. Just move on from it. Don't let them bully you into not doing what you love. That's all I gotta say. Alright, so let's recap. 10 mistakes that new crafters make. Sticking to what you're good at. Not paying Uncle Sam. Pay those taxes. Buying the wrong products. Not asking for help. Overspending. Terrible time management. Overcommitting. Ineffective marketing. Pricing. And believing in yourself. 10. There are so many more, but I just wanted to cover the top 10, in my opinion, at least. So, if you enjoyed this video, go down, subscribe, hit the bell so that you know when I post something new, and so that you can see all my new fun stuff as well. And I will see you guys later. Sorry, I had like this weird hiccup burp. That's all crafting unedited is, right? Just this weirdo talking about things that she's learned in her life, lessons learned, and making things, fun things. So, till next time, peeps, see you later.